Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Mel and PRP's in on this legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Get your popcorn, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of Legacy, where this show is strictly about male and PRP, high school sports talk. And of course, you got your favorite two hosts in the most, Mark and Will. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
You know, these are this is the best of the best.
Yes.
People are slipping, don't realize, but tonight, we got some heavy hitters. What do you say? Some ballers? That's how you did on the video?
That's how I did.
We got some ballers. We got some ballers. Well, the first baller is Christian Depp.
Yes,
starting offensive lineman, right tackle. For Mel, the number one team in the state.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Christian?
Wonderful. How you doing?
Hey, man, we good, man. We good. Big time, man. You know, you guys have been, and I'm talking about the audience, they have been seeing a lot of these specialty guys, you know, look, quick twitch and all this kind of stuff, the TDs, the interception, the sacks, and all this kind of stuff. Today, we got one of the hardest working positions on the show. Offensive lineman. So let's go and start it like this. How long have you been playing offensive lineman?
Since 8th grade year at JCTMS.
Oh man. He didn't say JC, my school.
Yes, he did.
Oh man, that's love right there. I love that. And I played offensive lineman there too. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, so let's do like this, Christian. Let's get some people to opportunity to get to know Christian. How old were you when you started playing sports, and what sports? It don't have to just be football, but what sports did you play when you started playing?
I started playing 8th grade, and I only played football. I started playing football. That's the only thing I played.
Okay. So you said 8th grade was your first?
Yeah, first year.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Dang. Woo. How tall are you, Christian? How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". Okay. Wow. That's a rarity right there.
You don't hear about that.
So what made you play football? That's how we go.
I just wanted to try it for fun at first, and then I started falling in love with the sport.
Man, you are some untapped resource right there, brother.
What you said.
I mean, for real. Offensive line coaches love that because they're like, well, hold on, he ain't got no wear and tear on him. He's raw, whatever, that kind of stuff. So at JCTMS, you walking down the hall, nobody said, hey, big fella, let me holler at you. You went to them?
Yeah, I went to them. I had to go to them.
Oh, wow. Wow. Who was the coach at the time? Head coach?
Coach Will.
Will, that's right. That's right. Okay. Let me just back up. Let me. Okay. Full circle. You was on Robert and Vinny and all them teams.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you experienced that heartache loss in that championship. Okay. Wow. Woo-wee. Okay. Cool. So 8th grade year, you decided to play football. Did you already know the position, or did they say, "Hold on, big fella, we're gonna put you right here"? Or did you?
Yeah, they just picked me at the offensive tackle and the defensive end. I played both of those positions.
Okay, Coach Will, I see you, big time. Dang. So was it always right tackle? Was it left tackle? Did you move around on the offensive line?
It was right and left.
Okay, cool. Get you that, footwork and different things like that. So how was it? Your first year playing football in 8th grade, man. How was that?
It was surprising at first. I had to get used to everything. I wasn't, raised playing football, so I had to, start fresh, and it was pretty fun. Fell in love with it.
Right. you was on an explosive team.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and it's so funny because all the different guys that we have on here, mostly it's like JCTMS, Bird, and Johnson.
Yep.
And, you know, your team was really explosive. I mean, Vinny, Ronald, Ramel, Robert,
Ramel.
you. Yeah, I mean, y'all was loaded. Y'all was, damn, I'm missing a lot of you guys, and I apologize. But, so you liked it so much, you was like, I want to play freshman ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how was training? Let me back up. How was training after your 8th grade? Like, I mean, because I know everything's new. Did you like after football season and when you started training? Did you? I mean, like, did somebody say, "Hey, this is what you need to do"? Like, how did it
Yeah.
work out, man?
Yeah, I went to Chris Vaughn for a little bit. Was
Okay,
training up her for a little bit. Then I started training with myself, trying to get myself prepared for high school ball.
okay. Wow, man. I'm still amazed because like let me just and normally I don't skip like this. How many years have you been starting for male?
I started my sophomore year.
So sophomore, junior year.
In my sophomore year, I started varsity.
So from sophomore year, you've been starting varsity,
Yes, sir.
bruh,
Only
man.
2 years playing.
On 2 years playing. That is
Wow.
remarkable, man. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
that's why I wanted to jump on that one. Okay, so all right, so now you had some help. You're doing a little training things like that. Then all of a sudden you said, okay, let me do it myself. So explain freshman year because I heard you was one of the freshmen that dressed out varsity your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
did you
did.
play freshman or JV? I mean, how
I
was your
didn't play
freshman year?
freshman year. I didn't play all the games. I played like towards the end of the season. I played right tackle. It was pretty easy, getting used to everything. And then jump straight to sophomore year. I was starting totally different ball game. Had to get my mindset totally different from freshman year.
So let me ask you this: freshman, and that's why I'm like, your freshman year was you like? Did you like just start like freshman, or did you start JV? I mean, how was that? Like, what did you do doing that
Yeah,
besides
I,
dress?
I was I was just starting. I was just starting freshman, and I didn't get no reps in varsity, but I dressed.
Okay,
But yeah,
wow, okay, woo,
He dressed
I
it.
yeah, okay, so because freshman year, Mel
uh,
won state championship, uh,
yeah.
you know, nice line and everything like that. So sophomore year, you're like, okay, I got to get it right and everything else. How was that like as far as from freshman to training? Now now you're in high school.
Right.
Now you've been practicing. Got exposed to the varsity.
Mhm.
How was that?
It was kind of difficult because freshman year you scout doing setting up stuff for the varsity team, and then you go straight to uh, going 110% on every rep to get yourself ready for that varsity level of high school football.
I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just still, I'm still amazed, man. I mean, for real,
That's
because
nuts. That's
you're a
nuts.
unicorn, man.
Yeah.
And that's a good
Uh,
that's a good thing. I mean, because there's a lot of people, man, that that just shows how talented that
He
you
really
are,
is.
that you
Yes.
was able to step in that. So okay, sophomore year, you're starting um, right tackle, right tackle.
mm-hmm.
Okay, you starting right tackle for another contending team that went well. Actually, the last game of the season, of course. Uh,
uh,
what was the biggest thing that you learned from your sophomore year from your freshman year? Even though this is your third year, this is your
yeah.
third.
To just not give up on any reps. Go 110% on every rep.
Also, I with the male, I know how deep male is with
Hmm.
talent and different stuff like that. When you was going to sophomore year and you're practicing, you're going 110, you're working hard and everything else, and you can be honest on the show, it's raw and uncut.
Right.
I know some upperclassmen probably thought they had that position, didn't they?
Yeah, it was quite a few. It was quite a few talented seniors that I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get that position, but I ended up
Wow.
getting it.
Wow,
Our
Mhm.
man.
work pays
Hard
off.
work, like you said, Mark. Hard work pays off, man. So, how was your feel? Like, okay, you went from dressing up freshman, winning the state championship,
Right.
which everybody doesn't get a chance to do that. So, sophomore year, you lose to Trinity. How was that when you know, okay, this is the last game, whatever, we lose and everything else? Like, explain that, and then like, how did that motivate you? Like, what did you think you had to work on to get better? Because we know
Uh,
Trinity had a nice little defense
yeah.
in and all this kind of stuff
Mhm.
too.
It was my footwork and my strength. Those are the two things I wanted to, build on because that game showed me some things I needed to work on, and I had to over the off season get my strength and my footwork together.
Okay, and another good thing because I know like Mel is heavy on film, like being that I know I hope and if JC TMS is doing this, they have made me bedrock Flintstone because I don't think y'all was looking at film like that now in eighth grade, were y'all?
Nah, not like that.
Okay, so being that that's something new, how did you grasp that too? Like now we looking at film, we're doing
Yep.
film work in high
Uh,
school. How did that help you, and how was that to
yeah,
adjust to that?
that was really beneficial to for me because I can look back, see my mistakes, especially sophomore year at the end of the last game. Seen all my mistakes, things I needed to work on for the upcoming seasons.
Okay. Now, as you go into your junior year, right?
Mm.
Um, you got that sophomore, you started and everything else. You ready to rock and roll. You determined. You're trying to, you always gonna try to win state. How was your junior year?
It was because we had a whole different new offensive line. It was all seniors my sophomore year, and
Ooh,
it went straight to my class, full straight my class offensive line, and it was kind of you know struggling at first, but we got really good
mm-hmm.
going into the season.
And that was COVID, right? Was that
COVID.
COVID? How did that like as an offensive lineman? Because like I said, we hear all these other guys been on the show.
hmm
As an offensive lineman, how did that affect you and what you wanted to do? Because we know that offensive lineman, you want to be a close knit
Yeah.
Yeah,
group. How did COVID
Especially, yeah.
affect that, man?
yeah, it was. Yeah, we had to like stay away from like certain people, not trying to get sick. Um, we usually just was on the phone more because we couldn't really come in contact, because the COVID and stuff. So we still built together, even though the COVID it didn't really stop our bond.
Right, right.
hmm
Yeah, that's remarkable. Like you said, I know they had like different groups
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
hmm
shifts and things like that. And being that you had a new group with you,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's impressive in itself. As far as you say, your sophomore year it was all seniors and you, right?
Yeah,
So you was the lone returning
yeah,
starter on that.
hmm
My goodness gracious.
So he said you played right tackle, right?
right, Tom.
So you played left before, right?
Right.
So which one you prefer to play?
I played right, Tom.
So
Right,
you love the right tackles.
right.
You
I
don't
like the
miss
right.
nothing about left.
No, I like that right. I like that right. I can play both, but I like the right. But I like the
Okay,
right.
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
yeah. Let me. Okay, so being that the lone wolf, we'll say
hmm
that, being that your junior year,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I know, like I said, I know the other guys is practicing and working hard like that. Um, so did they lean on you? I mean, like, because you've been
Yeah,
starting. This is
we kind of just came together. Like it was, we all knew each other. Our bond was already tight, so we kind of all just came together and just built off that.
name some of the name them, man. Go ahead and name them.
Andrew Daniels, John Daniels, Davon Hill, Carter Carey, and right now we got a junior, Antonio Taylor. He plays right now. He starts right now. But yeah.
Okay. I mean that's yeah, man. That's not an easy position that you do.
hmm
Right.
What have you been doing? So junior year, a lot of recruiting and things happen. So what have you been talking to any teams and
Yeah, a couple of colleges.
okay,
Uh, Hanover, Westland. Those are the two that's interested right
okay,
now.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
Um, so COVID year, you're diving into your senior year.
Right.
You done lost two state championship games to Trinity. So we know the motivation's there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to ask that. I already know that's
Hmm.
there. Uh, besides that being a team goal, what is like your individual goal as far as going into the season as a senior?
Uh, Level myself out, like put myself to the get myself to the max ability to win a state title. And I couldn't really do it without my offensive line, the coaching staff, Coach Dawson, great coach.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Is this has he always been your offensive line coach or
Nah,
he?
he just came this year. We had four different coaches every year I played.
Wow,
Yeah, every year I played it was.
wow, okay.
That's a hell of that's a
Yeah,
crazy
adjustment
adjustment.
because
Yeah.
everybody got different style.
Yeah.
Everybody got different style. Uh-huh.
Wow, that's that's harder than the
Yes,
South
it
right there.
is.
Wow, that is really
That's
different,
like
right?
a defensive offensive coordinator
Yeah,
every
yeah,
year. You know
yeah,
what I'm
big
saying?
time. That's huge.
Wow.
Let me ask you this, Christian. If what makes you uh, if I was recruiting you, why should I recruit you?
Uh, I get top notch. That alone, saying I started sophomore year, shows a big difference. Different coaching staff. I give 110% on everything. Yeah,
So, and no, and that's great answers. Do you prefer run blocking or pass blocking?
run block, run block,
So
run
you
block.
you trying to smack
Yeah.
somebody's you
Uh-huh.
trying to
Yes,
knock his
sir.
head off?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so do okay. Now let's get into the nitty gritty with the offensive line. Like, do you count your cake
Pancakes.
blocks?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Do you got a stat in the office or whatever the job know, or do y'all just do it? You know what I'm saying?
We
The
just do
coach.
it. I don't know the stat. No, I don't got no stat.
Okay. Only stat they normally used to do is like, hey, Christian, you held on this play and
Yeah, that's what they.
Right.
That's what they. That's what they. That's what they stat.
that kind of stuff. All right. And apparently, you guys must really do a great job on both
Mm-hmm.
and strictly running because you guys have had some running backs that have rushed for a lot of yardage in your time
Mhm.
at Mail.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Sweeney, Bros, and who was the running back your salt? Was it Bros too? Of course, your
It
sophomore
was
year.
Bros and Q.
Okay, Q. Yeah,
Uh,
Q. Yeah, I mean, you guys is on it. How is it? Because it seemed like you guys basically on the island. It seemed like some kind of quick pace.
mhm.
Not a lot of huddling type things. How is that adjustment? Like, because I don't know, and I can't remember if Coach Bill did that as
Right.
far as huddling, or did he do keep your guys on the line? Like, that's an adjustment because
Right.
once the play is over, you got to be ready to rock and roll. So
It was.
how is that? I mean, as a guy who's going out to block, and then you know that okay, at the end of the play, I got to hurry up and get back or whatever.
It was pretty easy going through the with the running backs because there was always good. Jalen, we got Q
Mm-hmm.
this year. Sweeney, it was pretty good having a good back to push through all the plays.
Right. So let me ask you this: who is as far as the offensive line? You ain't got to say a name, but what defensive line that you played against that you like? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they legit.
Uh,
In the
Trinity.
past. It could be past, like this year, sophomore, junior, which that you thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, they was, yeah.
Sophomore year Trinity. Trinity.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Friday night, you got a biggie.
Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
You got a biggie. Um, the team that has knocked you out. Well, actually, not knocked you out, but it's the last game.
Uh-huh.
And you played them earlier this year.
Yeah.
You guys won at home. This next Friday's at home. How do you take that? And I mean, like, what's the drive? I mean, I know that you exercised demon earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
we know state. But like, how do you stay focused and not think like,
It's
okay,
kind of personal. It's personal. It's personal.
okay,
It's kind of personal. It's a personal thing, and we all trying to strive for that goal. It's our senior year, and we all take it personal.
okay, that's good stuff. Yeah,
Yes. Yes, it
that's
is.
good stuff. You know, because I look at it, and a lot of people like, well, you know, you beat them before, like they could, like the losing team is the only team that can improve. You know, and that's not true because I've seen you guys improve. You know what I'm saying? Each
Mm-hmm.
week type stuff like that, and actually dial down on a little bit of all those flags and stuff like that too. Um, you know, so have you been to some? I mean, let's talk off season. Have you been to some camps and things like that?
Uh, One Louisville. I went to the Louisville camp. I went to Westland, and
Okay,
I'm about to go to Hanover. That's what I'm ready to go visit right
okay, cool. Um, if they asked you to move the guard or something, would you do that?
now. I would, yes, I
Okay.
will.
Yeah. I mean, because you just never know. Like, you know, when
Right.
high school from college, they'd be like, "Oh, well, you do this," but I like mine like 6'5". You know,
Right.
you know how coaches are things
I
like.
can do guard.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Let's ask him this real
Go
quick,
ahead.
brother. Because he said he started 8th grade year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually ask this question to the young men who come on this show. So what grade was you in when you really felt like I'm a dog? I'm really great at the position that I'm playing.
Uh, Junior year, probably my junior year, I realized that I'm good at what I do. Yeah,
Okay,
I would say junior year.
that's a good. Okay, what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about doing what you did in 8th grade? Like, I'm thinking about playing football. Maybe not even having played. Maybe they won't give me a chance because you know nowadays you know little league is prevalent and they do a lot of
Yeah.
recruiting there. So, what
Mm-hmm.
kind of advice would you give a kid that's like, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Maybe the coach
Just,
don't even know me."
I would say, give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
If you give it 110%, you can do anything. You can start like I did 8th grade year. You can start like I did sophomore year. Anything's possible. So just give it a try. You don't know until you do it.
Right, that's a good answer. Also, flip the line. You're gonna flip it. Let's go up. You have a lot of guys that that's on the sidelines on Friday nights. Excuse me, and sometimes it's kind of hard to stay focused. Things like that. I mean, I'm never gonna play. Like for the youngins on your team. What advice do you give them?
I would say pay attention. Pay attention. That's some advice that I needed freshman year. Pay attention and watch your position to learn. Because it's gonna come up that time when you're needed. If somebody gets hurt, the next season it's gonna come. So I would say pay attention, lock yourself in during the games, and it's gonna happen.
That's nice. That's nice. That's true. Big time. How does it like when you have Sweeney and Antoine getting hundreds, 200 yards, and you have
Mm-hmm.
Nick Shuddy passing no interceptions so far this year,
Right.
type stuff. You guys got to take pride in that, right? I mean, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
Yeah.
you guys are nobody talks about that. You know what I'm saying? You know about
Right.
the linemen, man. How like much pride of that goes into that for you guys who don't get the limelight like it should.
I mean, we all striving to get this, this ring. So we all know the price is we're not gonna have no stats. We're not gonna get paid attention. We all know the price of playing the offensive line. So we all striving and we all putting ourselves in front to, get this ring, even if it means no stats,
Right.
not looking at us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's I love that because that's the ultimate team players.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a great response. And I don't know what's in the grapefruit juice or the juices you're drinking, but what you're doing or have done is remarkable.
Yes.
People don't do that. Not at Mail. They don't just come in there. Only 2 years is playing. Like you're equivalent to a guy who's a DB or wide receiver
Right.
who's, hey man, I've just started playing. Get out there, son, and you start taking off. Man, hey man, what you're doing is not done at Mail
Right.
as a lineman. I mean, I'm just being real. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I've seen it. I've been around it. And for
Right.
somebody who's only started playing 8th grade and came in and started 2 years on the varsity level of a championship quality team, man,
Yep.
that's something, man, that you can hang your head on. And you're a winner big time. I mean, y'all, that's all y'all do and rocking and rolling. And you showing that you got to be coachable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't, ain't like you just woke up. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that talent wise, but you still got to be a technician
Right.
in your position. And that is very, very impressive.
Thank you.
Big time. One thing I will say to you, make sure you get a chance. Open up your DMs and stuff like that, man. On your
Right.
Twitter. Be active on your Twitter, man, because I know you got a lot of tape to be put on there,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, one thing that happens that didn't happen back in the day, nothing like being you can promote yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your your teammates will retweet your videos. I know that Mel is big on huddle and things like that
Mm-hmm.
because you're not a type of player that just come around all the time, bro.
Right.
And I'm just being real. You need to open it up, seeing your huddles, paste that stuff on there. I know a lot of people don't get into social media, but as far as these football players and recruiting stuff,
Right.
big time, man. That's how they can get with you besides the phone and things like that. And like I said, man, what you doing or have done and what you playing like, the coaches need to see that, man. They need to
Yeah.
see
Huh.
Right.
not just somebody that's filling out. Look, I just saw this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a chance, man. Big time. Open up communications for you. And this is what we're gonna do. We always wrap it up this way. If you can give thanks to players, coaches, mama, family, whatever, we always give people time to go ahead and thank whoever they need to. The floor is yours, Christian.
I want to shout out my parents, my mother, my father. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this. I want to thank my whole offensive line: John Daniels, Davon Hill, Andrew Daniels, Antonio Taylor, Carter Curry. Shout out the best offensive line in the state. Uh, yeah, and Coach Dawson, my coach, Coach Dawson, best coach, one of the greatest coaches I ever had. Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. Hey, man, we want to thank you for being on the show, man.
Yes,
Nothing
sir.
but great luck. Do what you do. Do what you
Appreciate
do and what you've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
man. Like I said, very impressive. Continue to rock and roll, man. Be there cheering you on, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good
All right,
luck.
man.
All right, have a
That's
Impressive. That's all we gotta say, guys.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's
Start
very
playing
impressive.
your 8th grade year and start varsity your sophomore
It's unheard of.
year. Dude, they
Like you just walk
offensive
through the,
line?
you just walk, yeah, because that's different. That's totally ain't like a receiver. Let's go,
Right.
and then you
Our
learn the
running
tree.
back, you know
Just
what I'm
go through the
saying?
hole. Yeah, that's
Dude,
totally different. That is.
you have to block this big dude who's coming full force at you. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. That young man. Whoo, whoo, whoo.
Yeah.
He said, I started, everybody, I've been playing since I was 3.
Right.
Nah, I ain't started playing since I was 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nuts.
That is beyond nuts.
That's nuts. Good
Yeah,
interview, man.
yeah, man. Hey, very impressive, man.
That's
Hats
nuts.
off to you, your family, and everything else, man. Because
Jeez.
you rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
6'2".
Like I said, for anybody who's on doing Twitter and everything, and like Mail is one of the teams that do the huddle and things like that, and you're able to drop your tape and all that, man. Open it up, man. Promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put silly stuff on there, but promote yourself because a lot of people see that like I said, colleges, your teammates we treat. We treat. If you ever seen our page, that Mark and Will show,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we do. We not just male, not just PRP, whoever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that. Do not shortcut yourself.
Nah, don't
Do that
shortchange
big
yourself.
time, and uh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Christian, for joining us. We're
Absolutely.
waiting on Mr. Human Hit Stick himself is coming up next, so we can talk to him. Speaking of him, he's about to join us. Let's go on and get this real quick, right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, real quick.
You hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
How you
Gotcha.
doing?
Good. You, what's going on with you, man?
Hey,
You
man.
can't get me on
Hey,
here for a while. It's nice to
dude.
hear from you.
Hey, joining us right now, Mr. Noah Thomas,
Yes,
starting
sir.
defensive end. You know what? I didn't want to put that on there. I was going. I'm gonna let you say it in a little bit, but also, AKA Human Hit Stick, big time. Hey, welcome to the show. It was about time to get on here, man. To go ahead and let everybody know about you. How you
Yes,
doing?
sir. I'm good, man. Living life. Just got my hair cut today. You know, I got the beanie on. I got to wash my hair once it's done with.
Okay,
But
okay,
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, like I said, start defense. I put that on. I asked you this question before. What is your position?
Man, I play what they tell me to play. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. It's that simple.
Point, point
Whatever they
blank.
tell me to
Point
play.
blank.
Yes, sir.
Check this out though. Noah is our first two-time, even though he shared it the first time, two-time defensive player of the week.
Of the week. Yep.
Sponsored by envision-radio.com.
.com.
So you know we were watching and looking and all this kind of stuff like that. But this today is an opportunity to let everybody get to know Mr. Noah.
Mm-hmm.
How old was you when you started playing sports? And what was the
Well,
sports?
I started out with soccer actually. When I don't know exact age. I couldn't tell you exact age. But I just know from a young age I was always in with soccer. My dad had loved soccer. You know what I'm saying? So he put it on me, and I picked it up, and I was actually really good at it. But I was always really physical. So you know that's where the love of football came in. But yeah, it really started with soccer, man. From I think I stopped playing soccer my sixth grade year. Sixth grade year, I believe, was the last time I ever touched field on a
What
soccer pitch, man.
what position did you play, Noah, in soccer?
Everything. So the way I developed, so I started out actually playing at the YMCA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of got to where like I was better than the kids that was out there. So my parents moved me to a club team which was called Mockingbird. And I was really playing over there and just dominating over there. And then as the years I kind of just developed and got bigger and kind of grew from it came from like you knew I wasn't going to be a soccer player, just the way I was developing stuff like that. So so I went from I was playing forward, which for if you know anything about soccer,
Right,
forward is basically the one that scores the goals. You got to run the whole field. And then I played defense. Well, basically, okay. So in soccer, you have forward, you have midfield, then you have defense, basically.
right.
So I went from forward to defense, and then actually played goalie for a little bit too.
That's because you got big.
It
Yep,
sounds to me that
yep,
Noah was out there
man.
sacking soccer players. He said he was
Was you
physical.
Hey,
was you was you, was you checking him up? Was you getting that red card?
man, slide tackling was my thing. I was bumping and pushing people, and hey, it was, hey, I was him in soccer.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So as you went
Hmm.
from soccer, then you went to football.
Yes, sir. My
What
sophomore year,
grade?
actually.
What grade you do football?
Seventh grade. Seventh grade was my first year at Johnson.
Boy, I tell you what, Christian was eighth grade, you seventh grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Johnson. What position did you
Man,
play at Johnson?
guard. I started off at guard. I came in.
They do. That's how they
They
do.
love it. Man, I'm telling you, I came in and I thought I was gonna be a running back day one. I was like, I love football, and I just it's just something about running back I love. I thought I was gonna come in, but my size and my speed didn't match up to that. So put me on the line, and Palmer told me what it was, man.
Coach Palmer, what's up, Coach?
Yes, sir.
so sophomore year. I mean, I'm talking about ninth grade year. I mean, dang, I'm going back. Eighth grade year. Was you still guard then? Like you played?
No, I had moved to defense.
Okay. Was that
Yeah,
because you wanted to go, or
it was I wanted to, but then at the same time I had grown out. Like eighth grade is kind of when I started to slim out. Like fifth grade up to seventh grade, I was probably my heaviest. I was really like a really big kid. When I played football is when I started to slim out, but eighth grade is when I really kind of started to take my form and my shape. So that's when it was kind of like, okay, well, it's time to make a switch to a position I can actually play and like dominate at. So that's when I made the move to end.
wow? Was okay? Was your counterpart now the dude who's on the opposite end? Wasn't he the quarterback for you guys then, or something? Was Chad the quarterback?
Can
He gonna call back. I think because this question I gotta hit that.
Nah, dude. What got me is he said I was physical playing soccer.
Beat
He out
them
there
kids.
knocking them kids down,
Beat them
man.
little kids up. No, y'all stop that. Beating them little kids up.
His stick started early.
No, it was out there beating them little kids up. That's what it was in soccer. So they had to made him get out of there. Can you hear us?
Girls, don't do us like that today.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me do it this way. Yeah. But nah. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's try this. Can you hear us, Noah? That looked like last night when
Bump?
Bump did that. Hello? Oh, man.
God, don't do us like that.
That's not good. That's cool. Let's stop. Anyway, he's trying though.
Yeah, he's most definitely
He's trying. He's in the green room.
He's trying.
Let me hit him on her.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah.
I don't see the green room. Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
We was talking
Yeah, sorry about
about
that.
actually before you asked that one question. Mark was talking about how you pretty much probably beat up them little kids in soccer, so they probably made you go play football or something. What's going on?
Man, it was bad. I'm not gonna lie, because even whenever I was like little, it was always like I was always bigger than everybody, you know. So it was kind of just like even if I slightly pushed somebody or shoved somebody, it was just flopping and flying. And in soccer, that's an easy yellow card every time. So
Yeah. Let me go back to the. I was talking about how your counterpart that's on the team now, and you guys playing defense. Was he the quarterback for y'all at Johnson,
uh,
Mr. Curl?
yes, sir. Chad Kerr was playing quarterback. Yep.
So the first week that he won it with Chad Curl, he was quarterback. Chad was a quarterback at Johnson. Yeah. So
Yep.
I just had
That
to
was
get
our
that in.
Gary Dennis.
I had to get that in
That
though.
was our Gary.
So okay, you're playing defense. You're rocking and rolling defense. Apparently, you like that position. What position was it again at Johnson?
In.
Okay, in. Going to male. Going to fresh. Now you got these other two schools and then everybody else. So freshman. How was your freshman year at male?
So I think the summer of my eighth grade year was when I kind of started to like be like where football can be something that gives me free education. First, I kind of just wanted to play it because I liked it, but then it got to the point like I was kind of going into my size and I had some athleticism, you know, and I had the footwork from soccer, and it was like this can become something that can give me free education, you know, to like okay, I got a trainer and everything, started taking it serious, and coming in, I was like, okay, well. I'm still new to this, so it's going to take some time. You know, I'm going to have to grow and develop into what I'm going to be at the end of the day. But, you know, I came in with the mindset of always like, this is going to be what gets me my education. This is going to be what gets me to college.
Real quick, because I got the cheat sheet. You know what I'm saying already. Talking to you. Tell your family is very athletic. and I don't
Yes,
know if
sir.
people realize that.
Yes, sir.
Would you please tell everybody, sure, about what how athletic that your family is and the things they've done and whatever?
Yeah, well, so my mom played volleyball at the University of Louisville. My dad played we played football and wrestled at Western. Actually, if you go up to Western today, you can still find one of his old wrestling trophies up at Western. He still got records at Western for wrestling, man. So that athleticism were kind of just in the blood. My oldest brother Sean played baseball at Western. He's actually really good. Just kind of off track, but that's off besides the point. And then my brother Jordan played football at PRP actually.
PRP.
Um, and Butler too. I believe he was at Butler first and then transferred to PRP. Yep, yep. So the athleticism was in the blood. It took my mama's size for it to all come together. You feel me?
How about does your sister
Uh,
do they play? Do your sister play any sports or anything?
my youngest sister actually plays volleyball, and believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you right now, she's probably gonna be more athletic than me because she got some long legs and she's fast for her age. She comes home some days talking about we was on the playground. I was racing the big boys and I beat them. I'm like, all right, you got that Thomas blood in you then.
Right, right. Shout out to moms.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to moms. For
Man,
real, for real, for real.
yes, sir.
Um, See, and I just had to bring that up. So, all right. So, ninth grade year, you know what you have to do. You know, you're doing all this kind of stuff. Did you dress varsity your freshman year?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, I didn't. It's a long story behind it, but nah, I didn't.
So, but also leads to motivation to 10th grade year.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
explain that. How, like, the mindset going into your 10th grade year.
Freshman year, it was a whole lot to have my freshman year actually. Just me wanting to play, and with the fact of me not being fully developed yet. I had played up to the Trinity game actually, and I believe the Trinity game was my best game of the season my freshman year. But that's when actually next week is when Saylock came back, so it wasn't really much I could do about that. I lost my spot. It kind of just made me mad. I was in a spot to where at first I was mad at the coaches, but then I realized like, okay, right at this point in time, he's better than me. He has more experience than me. He's bigger than me. He's more talented. So it really wasn't really nothing I can do about it. So going into my sophomore year, my whole goal was find where I can play. My athleticism had started to come in even more. You know what I'm saying? I was getting the flow of football and starting to understand it going into sophomore year, and it was like trying different positions, and that's when I made the move to DB. Went over with Mo. So sophomore year, I went into free safety. You know what I'm saying, the rover spots, and just learning the safety, learn how to use my hips, learn how to use my feet. I was a big dude. I could break on the ball and I could make some hits. So
He was an athlete.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you pay attention, he's done hit several different positions already. Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
as you learning and it was growing into your body, getting comfortable, getting faster, doing things like that. Love the attitude. Play in a position. I'll do whatever it needs to be done to be on this field. So as you get through 10th grade year, losing to Trinity in the state championship, how was the off season? Because now COVID, Mr. COVID is around the corner. So
Yes, sir.
how was this to you, man? How was this?
So the state game, my sophomore year was on my birthday. We lost to Trinity on my birthday, and standing on the sideline, not realizing that I couldn't do anything about it. Just being a young guy, wanting to be able to do something about it. And actually realizing what was in front of me, and realizing like what we had to grind for, we had to work for as a team. It just motivated me in the off season. Junior year is really when I hit my stride, and that's when football kind of just became like easy to me. It's when it became like, okay, well, it's becoming slower. The game's slowing down. I can get things faster. And I feel like that junior year is really when that needs to happen for everybody. Some guys get it earlier, some guys get it later, but junior year is really when it needs to click. Junior year, I had some injuries, and some mental things that the injuries messed me up on. It kind of held me back. So I was off and on the starting rotation. I was rotating with a kid named Cole, which actually I think he's at Louisville right now studying. But I was rotating my junior year, and just mentally trying to get the part of football down. Physically I had it. Athleticism wise I had it. It was just junior year was all about mentally locking in. And taking that motivation I had from sophomore year and bringing it in.
What position was you playing your junior year?
Nickel. So yeah,
He did all over the damn place.
Everywhere.
yes sir.
Place. So junior year, it ended like sophomore year, except you're on the field,
Man,
pretty much. You know, whatever.
yes sir.
Um, now we leave. Now we're going head first to senior year.
Yes
Explain
sir. The big year.
everybody what we know the goal, but like individual drives and things like that, man. How was your outlook going into senior year?
Man, so from freshman year, seeing those guys win that state championship, Jacoby Warfield, Jay Rank, and all them, carried those were our models coming in the program. So it was like it, our senior year, us coming back, we kind of expected to win that state championship, and I feel like that was kind of the mentality. We had Isaiah, we had Bryson, we had everybody. We had beat Trinity, the regular season. So we came into it kind of like, okay, we kind of didn't win. Then junior year kind of went to, well, we lost last year, but we're making a comeback this year. We knew Trinity was a team, and they had a team full of seniors. I think they had like 18 senior starters like that, something like that. So we came in, we got smacked in the playoffs. Then we came in this year off the COVID year, and it was like, okay, it's time to lock in. Like it's a class of 22. This is what we've been waiting since our freshman year. We're at the helm now. It's time for us to lead. It's time for us to take charge. We gotta really take this thing over and go where we want to go. If you know what I'm saying, if we really want to be and do like what we say we wanted to do since our freshman year, it's time. And I feel like everybody mentally locked in. That's when it clicked. Like some guys had it, some guys didn't. Selah had it. Some of the big guys, Vinny, all those guys had it. But I feel like everybody in our class really locked in and was like, okay, it's time to go. This showtime. This our last year. It's no more playing. It's no more joking. We got to grind every day. We came in the summer with a different mentality. It was we got to come together. We got to gel together. We got to use our young guys. We got to use our guys to our advantage to be the best team that we can. We want to be the best class to ever touch Mail. We want to be the best defense to ever touch Mail. We want to be the best offense to ever touch Mail. And I feel like that's really showing from the grind that we had in the summer and spring ball. All the film, all the early morning practices, 2 days, all the everything. It's coming together. And it really shows that our team are arguably one of the best defenses to ever be at Mail, and our offense is showing out too. And that really just came from that summer grind and that mentality of we're not losing this year. We're going to be the class that everybody says we are.
Let me ask you this, Noah. Um, like you said, I mean, we've had talks before and things like that. How do you keep the guys, the younger guys? How do you keep the guys not just younger? Because some seniors that doesn't play, some juniors that want to play. How do
Mm-hmm.
you, as a leader, um, you know, of the senior class, keep these guys focused? Don't talk about we already beat Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. This is playoffs. How do you keep them focused, man?
Just keeping them mentally locked in and leading by example. If we come out to practice and we playing around and messing around, not taking it serious, they're not gonna play. I mean, they're gonna play around and not take it serious the same way that we are. So it's all about leading by example, and that's just the culture at Male in general. When you come in as a freshman, you look up to those senior guys like we want to do that. So as you go on and as you grow into the program, you grow into that leader role, and it's your job to take care of the next man up. So we got some young guys playing, what I'm saying, getting reps with
Right,
the ones and stuff like that. Guys like Antonio, just mentally keeping him locked in. As a freshman, you're going to make freshman mistakes, but it's just to be able to take those guys and guide them into the role that they need to play and the things that they need to do is just that's what makes Male.
right, right. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, and very, very impressive on that. So let's dive into this, man. Let's. We know Friday is a big game,
Mm-hmm.
Trinity, um, but let's go outside of this. Let's go recruiting. How's your recruiting going?
So the plan is if I get any schools, I'm gonna take it. All I need is one shot. That's all I've said is my freshman year. I need one shot. I've never been one of those guys that I need 15, 20 offers so I can look good. I just needed one shot. But it kind of clicked a little late for me. I was a late bloomer. And anybody on the team will tell you that it kind of came together all at the right time. So if I get that offer, I'll take it. But the plan right now is to possibly take a prep year. So I've been talking to a couple of coaches that said that, with the whole transfer portal, everything that's going on, it's kind of stuffed up in class of 22. It's getting really late. So, being in class of 23 will help that a lot. So.
Okay, cool,
Mm-hmm.
cool. I understand. That makes sense. Big time like that. I can see that. Yeah, because like you said, the COVID kind of. Well, I ain't gonna say kind of. It kind of. It did. It did mess up
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things like that.
Absolutely good.
Any other sports you play at Mail?
Nah, I wanted to wrestle. So, with my dad wrestling, I always kind of wanted to wrestle, but my mom was always kind of iffy on it. She never wanted me to because both of my brothers wrestled, and she seen like all the injuries, all the dislocated shoulders, messed up
Ooh.
knees, and she really ain't let me. But between me and you, I'm gonna try to wrestle this year after season. I didn't talk to the wrestling coach, so I'm gonna try.
He
I'm gonna
said
try.
between me and
He just
you.
broke it. He just broke it. He just broke it. So does Mel have a?
Yes, sir.
I know it's not authorized, but they have a team, a wrestling team. Mel
Yeah,
does.
yeah. Actually, Corey Mattingly, junior, I believe he won state in his weight class. He's crazy good at wrestling for real. So yeah, we got a
Wow.
decent wrestling team from what I hear.
Okay, okay. Oh, wow. I don't know. Miss Anna, I don't know if she gonna like that, but we gonna keep it our secret right here. We gonna keep it. What is
Yeah.
one thing? What is one thing that Noah that you do or like to do that nobody knows? You know what I'm saying? What is something that nobody knows about you that you were willing to share besides the
So
that
I'm
you did?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give a shout out to RJ on this one. Anthony. So, before every game, whenever we go on our downtime, we go into the library. I usually take that time. Most guys sleep or listen to music, whatever. But I take time to put on some music, just sit there and just think and meditate and go through the game in my head the best I can. Try to get all the stress and get all the other thoughts out of my head. You know what I'm saying, to really mentally lock in right then and there for the rest of the day. So I like to put on maybe some rain sounds or some soothing sounds or something like that, and sit there and close my eyes and just think about what I'm going to do that day, or think about everything that's built up to that point. And it just helps a lot.
Don't stop. Continue to do
Yeah,
that
continue to
because
do
what
Yes, sir.
it.
what you're doing is working. Do
Perfectly
not
fine.
do not stop that. Uh, Big time. First, okay, and this is the cool thing right here
Yes,
because you're
sir.
on here. Uh, let's click. Stay right here. We're gonna click on this one, and we're gonna bring you
Okay.
on here with us. I think it's cool, man. That Nick's with you on here. I don't know if you can see it, but talking about the players of the week and things like that. Mark, so, because of PRP, he's gonna try to get out there this Friday and everything else with me. You have a motor that reminds me of one of my dear friends, like my brother Chris Abernathy. He was undersized, like he played defensive end. He should have played outside linebacker. He was so good. He started his sophomore year at Mel, which was unheard of in '90. Uh, he ended up going.
Yeah.
He ended up going to Tennessee State University, and they started him as safety. Never played that position because he ran like a 4.4 4.5, like he was a deer, and he was a hit stick.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the first hit stick that I
Mm.
saw, and he would like in certain plays that you do out there, like when you chase for people, like that's what he did. Like I sit there and watch it so much, and I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
like, I gotta call bro. Like, hey man, you gotta check this cat out, dude. He reminds me of you.
Mm-hmm.
And like Chris, like he was so special, big time, hellified athlete, and I consider you a hellified athlete too. So my thing is this: no matter what, as far as college and stuff, the time, like you said, whatever you need to go, it happens. It will shine, big time. This right here, we love doing this. You know what I'm saying? You've been on this twice because we acknowledge, because you everywhere. Your motor does not stop. Make sure you continue to go all balls out. Do what you got to do, what you do. So right here, you're actually the first one that we actually had on the show,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And we want to say that we acknowledge you, as this week's player of the week.
Yes,
And I
sir.
mean, you got one more, you got 2 more games.
Two more games.
You might get 2 more times. I don't know the way your motor is, which would be a great thing. let me ask you this real quick. If you had to give advice to somebody who's an athlete as yourself, who gets frustrated because I need to be out on this field, what advice would you give to them, Noah?
Man, just keep grinding. Don't stop. You know, if it's one thing that I learned is life in general isn't fair. And you know, I feel like football prepares you for life, but just don't stop grinding. You know, no matter what, if you really love it, if you really want to do it, if you really want to stick with it, then you got to grind day in and day out. You know, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs. Everybody is different. You know, and nobody's perfect. So as long as you keep grinding and you stick to that and you stick to your morals and you know what you want, man, it's gonna come out for the better. And it's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, that's how I feel about it. And it took me a while to see that light, but you know, the more I grinded and the more I put the work in and the time, and you know, it was coming together, and I started to see, and I was like, okay, you know, I can do this. You know, I had some times where I was like, okay, maybe I can't. You know, it might not be for me. You know, I might just be the big guy that's not gonna play football. You know, but it's just it's a process. You know, it's a process, and it never stops. Even on the classroom, you know, it's on the field and off the field. You got to grind both ways. It's mental and physical. And I like to think, you know, football is a big physical sport, but you know, I feel like it's a 70% mental game, you know, 30
Right,
physical, 70 mental, because if you're not mentally locked in, the physical part does not matter at all. It
right.
doesn't matter in any type of way. So just keep grinding, stay focused, and you know, go get what you want. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's big time right there. So, what end do you play? Do you do wide side? Are you right, left? I mean, what do you position? Do you when you're on end? Are you right or left defensive end?
They usually keep me to the field. I can play both, but they like to keep me to the field because Chad's so dominant at Bandit.
Okay, okay. So this is funny. This question very dope. So have you went against Christian Depp in practice?
Man, me, Christian, and John, man, those are my guys. Oh my gosh! And the crazy thing is, my eighth grade year when we played TMS, I played against Christian, and you know, I used to always talk about my freshman and sophomore year how it was this kid from TMS that I played against that was so good, and I just couldn't get past him. You know, coming in, I figured out I was like that was Christian Duck, but you know, it's kind of cool just to see us going at each other, making each other better every day now, just from this guy that eighth grade I couldn't get past, and you know now we banging with each other. You know, just it's wild, bro.
I'm gonna tell you how wild it is. It's so wild that you guys is on the show tonight. It's also so wild that you started playing seventh grade year. He started playing eighth
Eighth
grade
grade.
year.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Yup.
And
Yes, sir.
now you
Yes,
guys
sir.
are teammates,
Mm-hmm.
brothers, all this kind of stuff, going for the same goal. But before I get you, it's two things I want to say before I get you out of here real quick. Um, what is male brotherhood? What does it mean to you?
It's everything. You know, without without brotherhood, Mail wouldn't be what it is. You know, Mail, our whole motto was build a legacy. You know, and that starts with brotherhood, and that starts with a bond. You have to trust each other, you have to believe in each other, and you know, without that, we wouldn't have what we have now. You know, we wouldn't have the team chemistry we have. We wouldn't have anything really. You know, that's really what Mail is about, and that's really what football is about in general. You know, is that brotherhood and that bond to be able to go out there and go to war with your brothers. That's what it's about. You know, and I feel like that's what makes us such a good team is we all come from different schools, but we all understand each other. You know, we all have the common goal. We all understand like that's my brother. I'm gonna go lay it out on the line for him every time I play.
All right. So, if, time to give thanks, man. Give thanks to whoever you need to give thanks to. So, the floor is yours.
And of course, gotta thank my mama. You know, my father for putting me in this position. You know, spending the money on me to have a trainer. I gotta thank my trainer Chris Vaughn for what I'm saying, keeping me in the gym, keeping me focused. All the times I wanted to give up, he was on me talking about you need to come to the gym and stuff like that. You know, I want to thank Coach Porter for being on me since my freshman year, and Coach Brewer being on me my freshman year. You know, me and Brewer bumped heads a lot my freshman year because I was just me being a freshman. You know, but he always pushed me, and to this day, every time he sees me, he's like, my guy, I know since freshman year he was gonna be a superstar, man. You know, and I want to thank Coach Mo for you know what I'm saying, guiding me and, you know what I'm saying, always being there if I needed somebody to talk to. Most of the person that's going to keep it 100 with you no matter what. So whether it was a good game, bad game, mediocre game, he was always telling me what I need to work on and stuff like that, you know. And I want to thank all my friends, you know what I'm saying, for being there whenever, you know what I'm saying, I needed somebody to talk to, stuff like that. And my little sister, man, because that's really my motivation right there is my little sister.
Hey man, the great thing is that you've been exposed to a lot of positions and have excelled in a lot of positions. That journey that you trying to continue on will continue. Just keep your head up, keep focused, what you do, and you know how I am, man. Go on, take care of Friday, man.
Yes, sir.
Take care of Friday, man.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Thank you for
Yes,
being on
sir.
the show, man.
Good luck.
No problem. Appreciate you for having me.
Let me get on here real quick. Let's get. I can go to the intro. That's remarkable. 7th grade, like we
That's
ain't
beautiful.
playing. Like yeah.
That's beautiful.
And I knew they had to play against each other. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Practice with each other or
Right.
whatever. So, hats off to Christian Depp.
Yep. Appreciate
Hats
you, fellas.
off to Noah Thomas, man.
Mhm.
Good luck in what you do. We're articulate guys, where to go. That's why we do this show.
Absolutely. For these kids.
So, hey, y'all know how we do.
Absolutely.
Another banger.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Another one.
We'll see you. Hopefully, we see you Friday. Hopefully, we see you guys Friday. Come holler at us. Do what we got to do. God bless.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. There he goes. Good night, guys.
Turkey Day.
Market wheel. Yeah. What you know about them Bulldogs and them Panthers? Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Mel and PRP's in on this legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Get your popcorn, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.